Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I got a couple of other meetings after this. I don't want to run it late, and I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to take long, but I just wanted to, for those of you, some of you that are going to be watching this on the replay, or maybe that are on here live, your teams could be very new. You may only have one or two people. That's how we all started. So it's a great thing when you've got somebody. We have, left a time where we were seeing graduations and school coming to an end, and Mother's Day and Father's Day and all of that. But yet still, our numbers are climbing as a team. And that is significantly wonderful. That's not something that you typically see in this business this time of the year, with so many things coming right behind each other. So obviously, some things are definitely being done right. So for that, you owe yourself a great pat on the back. Many of you are out there killing it. I mean, you are working this left and right. And as you can tell by the fruits of your labor, if you're not seeing what you want to see, I'm going to tell you what I have to tell myself. What are you seeing? Hey guys, I'm taping this. Thank you. You're going to see exactly. You got to look at yourself. I had to look at myself. I told you guys this 6 months ago, that I had to look at myself as a leader and say, what am I not doing? What am I not providing as a leader to you guys? How can I help support you in this? And there's a lot of things I can't support you in. I can be understanding towards your personal stuff, but I'm not in the middle of your personal stuff, and I don't belong in your personal stuff. And you learn how to work through your personal stuff. Sometimes your business is the only lifeline that you have when everything else is going wrong in your life. So sometimes you have to think of it that way. And the other thing is too, is if you're working with people that you're hearing a lot of talk from, but you're not seeing any production from, this is why we say, don't, quit spending too much time with the wrong people. You need to get out there. You need to talk to new people. You need to maybe reach out to somebody who maybe hasn't communicated a lot with you before. I'm getting a lot of communications from all over the team, which is great. First through fifth generation. So it's great, because for me, look, I don't care who they're contacting. I just want to know that they're contacting or getting something from somebody in the business that makes them want to keep going in the business. This is why I turn them on to the Lisa Wilbers and the Teresa Pauls and the Lisa Scolas of the Avon world, to make sure that they get that they may not be able to identify with you and me directly, but there are people out there that they can identify with. I don't know if everybody has their own separate team page. I think it's important on Facebook to have a team page. I think it's some of you let Team Onward now serve as kind of a team page. But if you're doing incentives and stuff that are just for your team, and that happens, then you don't want to put that on Team Onward, or everybody on my team is going to think that is what's going on, and we don't want that. So I want to say, it doesn't matter if you have one person. It doesn't matter if you have 10 people. It doesn't matter if you have 25 people or 800 or hundreds. If you feel like there's people you're not reaching, I'd have to ask you, in social media, are your people in social media? Because some people are not reading their emails. Some people, most people go and pick up on their texts. So that's a really good thing. But some aren't. We know we have this flex ordering thing. Amazingly, as much as we would like people to put in old RPS 1, 2, 3, and 4, what we're seeing is a push to the very end because they know they can keep gathering orders. And look, although it's given me gray hairs watching it for all of you all and watching Lee tackle the numbers on the board here and showing how close leaders are to the numbers for the title that they have, trying to move up to the next title. It is stressful, but it looks as though this is how it's going to be. I've been watching enough campaigns, and I thought maybe this would start evening itself out. But the truth of the matter is we are seeing, I don't know what number Lee would put to it, but I could say almost 50% of our people are waiting in the last 48 hours to put that order in because they're trying to get that higher commission scale. They're trying to get to that 40%. If their president's club or higher, they're trying to hit that 45%. Lord, I wish the 50%. But Kickstart people are trying to reach their their goals. And as much as I'd like to say those goals are easy, once you get past that 150 to 200, growing that order by $50 every campaign and growing your customer base is not always the easiest thing. I'm going to let Lee come on. Lee got an idea from a leader. What most of you know her, Teresa Paul, something she's doing with her team. And I am definitely going to reach out on my team, First Generation. But I just want him to share this. I thought this was a great idea, but he heard it firsthand, and I don't want to mess it up. So, Lee, I'm going to mute. Can you tell him what Teresa told you?
Say what?
Can you tell me what Teresa told you?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to pull it back together. All right. What she does is on the last day, before, on like Monday night, they will send their team an email. They'll pull the no orders, and then they'll tell them, congratulations, you've won a sample pack. Please send me your, in this case, it would be campaign 14 confirmation, order confirmation number, email, and I will send you the packet out. I think I didn't butcher that too bad, Mo. Yeah. So, and they were picking up an additional probably 5 to 10% in activity rate doing that. Some of these girls are running 80% activity rate. So it was helping them, and Mo and I were talking about it. And it's really easy because you can get the sample pack. She'll tell you all that stuff, the samples and stuff, and then slap some of that in there. I think I've kind of butchered that enough.
Thanks, man. Okay, so basically, look, I would love to say I always buy samples for my customers, and I do, but anymore it feels like my samples, as my team is growing, it's all about you guys because, look, Avon is a great price. They're running the 99-cent thing where you can get a bunch of them, but you know, people are looking at that, but you know how they used to do the sample bundles, which I absolutely loved, and I don't know if that's coming back or not. I've asked about it. But I'm having to make my own sample bundles now because when you're sending something out, you want them to say, look, their skin's so soft and there's skincare and the skin's so soft, number one, by itself is just great. Having that finally. But rather it's the men's cologne and the women's cologne and trying to get this stuff in their hands. Aspira, I mean, we've got a lot of reps on our team. I watched the list for that. Who's purchasing Aspira? Who's selling Aspira? Do you realize how many people on our team who have not sold like item one of the Aspira? And some of them it's because truly they haven't tried it themselves. They have no clue what it can do for them. And our reps are not any different than our customers. If you give them something and then they use it, it might be like, oh, they're not going to buy a whole bottle, right? But if they see the Restful Sleep Works, the Calm, the energy pill, whatever it may be, the really great thing is if they like it, then they have something to talk about it. But when Lee was talking to Teresa about this, I thought, this is like really a great idea. Offering something that, by the way, you can fulfill. sample packets. Why not? You're not putting a dollar amount. You're not saying, I'm going to send you $10 worth of samples. You're not saying, you're saying a sample pack to say, hey, just wanted to let you know, your name was drawn, whether it's your no orders or not. I mean, what if I did it for the whole team and then you do it? Can you imagine the samples they get? Maybe they would use that to maybe get more customers, and to be able to say, send me your confirmation number, send me a screenshot of your confirmation number. You placed your order like less than 48 hours and you're trying to hit those numbers, and you know you've got 37% of your reps or more have not placed an order, just to see, you know what, will they place an order? Will they buy those brochures? Who cares? It's not a $50 or more order. Their numbers, even if you had 30 reps who purchased $20 worth of brochures or $10 worth of brochures, what if you're needing $137 to meet your numbers at the point which ensures your leadership check to be where it's supposed to be? That can be huge. And I'm not saying do this every time, but what I liked about that is it's kind of thinking outside the box a little bit. Like, okay, number one, let's see who's reading my emails. Okay, so I'm going to send this out to the no orders at this point and be able to say, hey, just wanted to let you know your name was chosen. Now, how did we choose their names? We chose their names because they were in the no orders. That's how we chose their names. But to be able to say, you know what, your name was picked for a sample pack. When you place your confirmation, send me your confirmation number or a screenshot of that so I can get your free sample pack in the mail to you. Boom. And to see that some of these girls got 10 to 37 more orders simply by that. And by the way, 4 of these girls met their numbers, went over their numbers by doing that. So again, it's an incentive that says, wow, and this is the other thing too. Some people just had orders sitting there, but you know what they were going to do? They were going to hold it till the next campaign because they figure, well, I want to wait. I want to have a bigger order. I want to make more, but oh, hold up. Here's a sample packet. Let me go ahead and just put these orders in. So, again, it's just an incentive to think about. You could say, or if you do get the samples for the Aspira and you're thinking, these team members have never done anything with Aspira, you could say, I want to send them samples. It doesn't have to be the whole pack of the samples. It can be the card with the pill stapled to it, just like I do. Throw a couple of, and if you do this, it doesn't cost you a lot to send it either. It's not like you got to send a priority. They're not very heavy. And it's a very small investment to say, wow, you know what? We not only found out that they watch their emails, so whether they reply to, they're sending it, there's something that they want, whatever it may be. And I just think that these are the things we need to keep them engaged. Some of us who've gone to the PC tributes and some of the stuff we're getting from these PC tributes, I mean, think about this. To be able to say, send me the confirmation number with your order. Maybe there's a piece of jewelry that you didn't like, that you weren't too crazy about, but the other ones you thought were great. To be able to say, to be entered for the jewelry, that can be a great thing in itself to say, why don't you? And the other thing is too, you find out what your team responds to. Some people aren't going to respond to the samples. But if some people find out, everybody, you find out who likes the lottery out there with these raffles that you can do. And you may be a winner, but you may not be a winner. But the point is, if you had 3 pieces of jewelry, maybe these are pieces of jewelry that aren't new. Maybe you're like, I know I'm going to have a customer have a $100 order and I'm going to give them this jewelry, but it hasn't happened. Sometimes the items that we have are not just about the customers. Sometimes it's about what gets the team moving, kind of like when I do the sales meetings and people reply to me with their homework that says, hey, I was on the sales call, I watched the replay. Because why? The products that I have shown in that sales Zoom, they're going to get one of them. They don't know if they're getting the $7.99 earrings or the $12 clay mask. They don't know, but they know something's probably going to come to them, or they have as good of a chance as somebody else. So does anybody else have anything that you feel like is working in your business to try to, get people to put your orders in, to engage your team? Is there something working that you can share? Anybody?
I know I encourage my team to order the beauty samplers that come in the what's new, and using the example that even if you purchase 10, you're only paying $6 each. No, is it $6? $4.80.
Yeah.
One. And even if you got just one order, you're already making back the investment for 10. And I usually suggest that for them to use as either a gift to a new customer, or I offer it up as an incentive. Or business talking right now. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. I love you. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, seriously. Not right now, baby, because it's recording. Go sit down, please. I love you. Mama Miley loves you and Daddy Lee loves you too, but not right now. She said I don't love her.
Let me be the star today. Thank you.
She said, you don't love me, but they do. So anyway, my whole point is that I emphasize that just because, and I plant that seed by giving them samples of trials so that they can try themselves, and then emphasize how important it is to at least invest, even if you don't want to invest in samples, that the beauty samplers really are a good thing to use, because I've gotten so many new customers ordering the things that come in those on their first order, or their second order. So if they order something on hand, because I always make sure this time of year to have a couple extra bottles of Skin So Soft, the Bug Guard, or the bath oil, and if they order some, I give them a beauty sampler in their order as a thank you gift. And on the next order, they're asking for the Power Serum, or they're asking for the new Ultimate. So it's been extremely helpful to have.
That's huge. That's a good thing, Janae. Thank you for that. A brief story that just happened. Let me tell you about that. Marianne had her live stream, her Capital Star live stream. Lee and I were on that. We were cooking Blue Apron, right? So because I was on it, my name got called as one of the gifts. So we met Marianne for dinner this past week. I didn't know what I was getting. My name was just pulled. She goes, this is what you got. Ha, ha, ha. And it was one of the beauty samplers, right? So I took it and I stuck it in my bag. Didn't think anything about it. Forgot I left it in my cherry purse by Avon. So most of you know, Anthony was involved in a chainsaw accident and he cut his hand real bad, and I had to rush to the hospital and get him and this and that. He's all sewn up. He's going to be all right. But the point is, was in this accident, so I had to take him to the CVS to get his prescriptions and all filled. So I did, and this girl was so nice at the pharmacy counter. We were talking to her. I'm trying to work out how to get my CVS reward stuff and put it towards Anthony's stuff to help him. And she's telling me how to do it, and she's real helpful. And so by the time we get done there, I look in and I thought, oh, wow, I'm going to give her one of my brochures that has the sample packet and all in it. Awesome. So I pull that out, and all of a sudden I see the sampler there, and I'm like, this is an opportunity. So I pulled the sampler out real quick and took it out of the plastic thing that Mary Ann was in, got the brochure with it, and said, you know what? You have been absolutely fabulous. I said, I cannot believe the patience that you've had with him and I here. I said, you're fun. You made it a good time. You know he's in pain. I said, this is a sampler from my company and also our latest brochure with a few other samples in this. I said, I would love to gift this to you. And she said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And I said, she goes, it's so much. And the guy says, the pharmacist behind the counter counter says, "Oh my gosh, that's almost better than a raise." And I was like, "Well, I got one for you to take home to your wife too." And so I handed one over, but I asked the girl, I said, "Nina," I said, "can I get your name and number here?" And I had my shuffle thing out, and I said, "if you'll just peck in your number here," I said, "I will make sure you get a brochure every campaign here." I said, "I will actually text you the online." She had no problem. Boom, 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 boom. Put that stuff right in there. And I thought, oh my goodness. And I got to tell you, that girl just placed. Now, it was only a $27 order, but she's already placed an order. And I thought, that is crazy. Now, that does not happen all the time. But that's a story that kind of needs to be shared, because I thought, you know, Janae, I don't carry those samplers like with me enough. I normally put them in my customers' bags, stuff like that, to get them to try stuff they haven't. And I thought that was so worth the $4.80 that I spend for the 10 that I get. So I like the idea of using those two. They're fabulous. And I know some of you, look, I get it. $48, $4.80 is what it equals out to. I get it. Sometimes you're like, Molly, I don't have $48 to invest in that. Even if you got a couple, I know more means less money. But if I were to tell you to invest in something, it would be things like that, because everything is something that everybody needs to try as a customer. So that's a great idea. Does anybody else have anything else they want to share? Brenda, what are you doing out there?
Okay, so I have a team member, and I think I posted it in Team Onward, but I'm really just impressed with this, how simple it is. She made a copy of the sheet of the flyer, of the bubble bath flyer, of all the uses of bubble bath. She did nothing but share the flyer with every brochure with every customer. Wow. Her first campaign, I can't remember how many she did. I think she did 12 bottles. I think her second campaign was 10 bottles. I think her third campaign, she was still getting 8 orders of bottles of bubble bath, because she's just shared that flyer with every book she gave out. And I'm like, how many flyers do we have? So each campaign, if we rotated, we did a bubble bath flyer. Right now, it's Skin So Soft flyer. What if we did a Bug Guard flyer? What if we made one? I don't know that we have one. That is a flyer that just talks about our skincare. So it got me thinking, just share something that is about the uses of our products with everything we hand out. When we do that, people will read it, people will see it. It's not like we don't have stuff written about our product in our brochures, but when it's something that is printed like that, it's like it's personable to them. So they look at that more. So they kind of think, hey, she's sharing that with me. I might want to think about that. And I truly know that she still brags on how much that has helped her.
That's a great idea. And you know what? That's a great idea too for a new rep Zoom. So thank you for that, because to be able to take each of those flyers, which I know are probably in the big Onward group, but we've just started adding flyers and stuff to the new one. So what I like about that is she's right. We're talking about us doing it, but we need to be sharing this with our team members, what to do with this, because people, maybe they don't want to take a bubble bath, but they certainly would like to use it for some of the other stuff that's on there. I mean, some people don't use Skin So Soft on their body, but we've got all those other uses. So I do believe that we've got to help our reps share things that have many uses, because people just don't know enough about our products.
I want to add, I posted in Onward about the arthritis footworks cream. Mm-hmm. And I had so many reps that commented on that, on all the different uses. Never even made me think about use it on your hands, use it on your knees, use it on your back, and how people use it for anywhere they're pretty much having pain or arthritis. And I'm going to do a flyer, but I'm also going to do a live about it. And I think that is something fabulous, and that's why I said just a different product. But that one product, I'm like, I've been in Avon 5 years. I haven't tried it. And I really just looked at it thinking, oh, I want to think about that. And one of my old reps that's still in Onward, that she's not a rep no more, when she saw all the comments on that, commented on it, Brenda, I want one. just by seeing what all the reps had said on it. And I think if we could get our reps to make a live video once a campaign on any product, I suggest, because you're going to have a better chance of it being in stock and you make more money from it, using one of our core products. One of our core products, pick a core product, look at the reviews online, come up with the reviews from fellow reps or your own customers, make a list of it, but doing a live video of that core product, that one product, promote that. It's going to make a difference.
Yeah, it can. It can. That's a great idea. Sometimes the struggle is real. We know so many of you, before you started doing live streams, fought with live streams. You had every reason in the world why you shouldn't do a live stream, why you can't do a live stream, why you're not good at doing a live stream, why nobody's going to watch your live stream. Stop it. Believe it or not, they may not say anything, but somebody's taking a peek at the live streams. I don't care what you're saying. But you know what? If you don't want to live stream yet, how about taking the information, what you learn, and sharing it? Too many times people just share a picture and that's it. Hey, look at this product. Well, what about this product? What can it do for you? And we're talking like this as leaders, which is absolutely fabulous. But are we really putting this out to our reps? I know I put a lot out to the reps, but you know, guys, a lot of them don't have the relationship with me that they have with you. And even look, do you know how many times I post stuff and nobody says anything? But the point is that doesn't mean that they don't take the information. And if you can get just 2 reps on your team to take something that is of good use, get out of the comfort zone and do something different, and it raises their order by just $20, $50, whatever it may be, then can you imagine what would happen if 10 people did that? Your numbers are not so hard to meet then, for sure. The numbers are going to rise. I know that we feel like sometimes they should know. They're not. I didn't know when I started this business either what works. So we have got to consistently share and stop thinking that it's not important enough for you to share. If you think it's important enough and it's helped move your business, get it in Team Onward. Get it in there and share it. Copy and paste what you're doing on your own group pages and let the other leaders use what you're doing, because this is what it's about. It's about everybody sharing their ideas, and then maybe you've got one rep that they're going to go, oh, I can do that. Everybody's looking for the one thing they can do that's going to make them feel like a winner in this business. So we need a lot more than that. How about anybody else? Somebody else got some ideas they're using with their teams that they feel like it's not knocking the ball out of the park, but maybe they get in the first base? You know, maybe. Anybody else?
I do. I
Come on,
haven't
girl.
done this in
Okay. Wow. Is that Adriana? Is that her way? Must be the signal. Adriana.
Point in time that I gave everybody 3 campaigns.
Okay, now.
I'm trying. My internet kind of went down for a minute.
That's okay. Start over, because all I got was the alien talk, and everybody needs to hear what you said. Start over.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Great. I didn't realize my phone had connected. No, I gave my team, I think it was like 2 or 3 campaign notice, saying, for example, in campaign 16, if you beat my sales by even $1, then I will send you, I think I had different A boxes and stuff at the time. I'll send you a t-shirt. I'll send you an A box. I'll send you sample packs. I'll send you something. And I had 2 people that came really close. Nobody knew what my sales were going to be. And I did a screenshot of everybody's sales, just their sales, not like anything in, that nobody else needed to know. And I also did my sales. So I did like the team sales showing what everybody made and my sales personal. And then I put the winners sales, because I felt like the people that were underneath me, if they wanted to share their sales, they could, but that wasn't my business.
Right.
And it got a few people's sales up, but
that's great. Great idea. Great idea.
now everybody's kind of just went banking on me.
And do you feel like, Adriana, because you're kind of like, you're at the place, you started your team at a young point in your business, and a lot of people aren't that brave to do that, so kudos on that. But do you feel like, I think about me doing that, and my sales are like $1,500. That would never work for me.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to share it for somebody who doesn't have such a huge team or a huge customer base.
Look at all the star promoters and you know, we got the lower end. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, for somebody who's just starting on their sales, it's like that healthy competition thing going on, and oh my gosh, I want to beat her into think, yeah, I can get a t-shirt, or yeah, I can get this, or I can do that. I mean,
the t-shirt that Brenda gave me when I first started, she gave me a t-shirt for reaching my $150 sales. And I don't even think it was in my first or second campaign. It was just the first time you reach $150, you get a t-shirt. The t-shirt she's gotten or gave me has gotten me more customers than probably anything else I've done. Just because I wear it, and on the back it says Avon, ask me for a brochure. And I've had people just come up to me, your shirt says I can ask you for a brochure. Do you have one? There was one day in Walmart, I forgot I was wearing it, and I completely forgot to take brochures in with me. They were in my car door. My car was getting the oil changed. And so I had to run out to the people that were changing my oil and be like, I needed my car, like now. So it was kind of funny. I
absolutely love that. That's great. That is such a great thing. And I love that, because now for anybody seeing this replay, leaders on this team, they're going to realize this is something, even as a newbie, building their business, that is just, this is a great thing. This is a great thing. So thank you for sharing that, because most of the time it's just really established leaders, and we're all still trying to come up with stuff, and that's really good. So thank you for sharing that. Brenda.
Well, thank you, Brenda.
You are so welcome, Adriana. Okay, my first thing is to add, somebody might think when they hear this, I can't do a t-shirt, but you can do a button, and it still works, and it's still aggressively passively advertising, and it will still work. And if you, what you can do is, when you have those sales as a leader, you can say to your team member, I'm going to send you a button. Some people, there's so many reps out there that don't even have a button, and I just want to add that it can be duplicated, just maybe not with a t-shirt, because somebody will think I can't do that.
Yep, absolutely. You start with what you can. I mean, shoot, I can remember I used to look at what Ray and Mary Ann were doing, and I used to think, oh man, maybe one day I could do that. And now I look at Mary Ann giving away $100 bundles. So now I say, oh man, I can't wait till I can give away $100 bundles. But yet you grow with your business, and you do what you can do. You know, there's buttons you can have made very, very cheap. I use Roy Barsotti for mine. He'll make anything it is that you need. So and by the way, it doesn't matter if you have one person or 100 people. This is where you learn to be a leader. You don't learn when you get 50 people. You learn as you go. You do for one, yes, as if you have 10, that you can sit there and say, you know what, this worked when I had 2 people. You know, I think I should have done this a little different. I mean, all the mishaps that I have made as a leader in this business, your growth, that's why we all start at the bottom. We all start one person at a time. And this is why we all have people who walk away from the business. I know right now there's a lot of struggles with leaders old and new, because of people not performing, or people who are walking away from the business, who said they were going to set the world on fire, and they never even found the match, far less set the world on fire. And I need you to know, it's not you. This is the business. This is what happens. You've got people who will, you got people who will do for a time, you got people who will do every 4th campaign, you got people who will do every campaign, but this is also how you eventually find your top 20% and who you're going to work for, who works consistently all the time, who does not let anything keep them off track very long. And believe me, we all have stuff that gets us off track. I mean, I recently was just off track, and you know what? Now I told myself I got to get back on, got to get back to it. I got goals, I got plans, and it's getting done one way or another. So, you know, don't beat yourself up too bad. You know when you're doing what you should be doing. Rebecca Furbish, I've never seen you so quiet. Why are you so quiet and you ain't got no ideas over there? I see you over there with your microphone cut off, and I'm like, this girl ain't raising her hand. What is going on with my girl, Rebecca? What's up, girl?
It's because I have been in a slump. You know what's going on.
I know.
And it's been very difficult. But for me, lately what I've been doing is just writing down what I want to get done, picking out the top 2 or 3 priorities and doing it, and finally not beating myself up because it isn't getting done. And my sales have been really awful. And but I just made a decision to get back on track this time. You can see my sales this time are way up.
Yes, ma'am.
Because, I mean, I put an effort into it this time. Hold on. I put a big effort into it this time. And, but it's taking a lot when you have something that's totally draining you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rough, Molly. It's been really rough, but
No.
you know,
But you know what, girlfriend? You're still here.
I plan on it. I plan on it because I don't see myself leaving it. And it's been disappointing too, because my team sales have been, I mean, when you're doing 1,700 and you think all of a sudden you can, you know, hit silver ambassador, and now you're down to 600 and you're still doing star promoter. I mean, it could really play, but I'm not taking any of this personally. I mean, I think that's the one thing that's been nice about being, I'm going to say, growing up sitting next to Molly Sobiv, is that I knew that you have to take the personal out of it. And that's just been it. And I've been, you know, and I'm not sure that I'm over it yet, because we still have a long way to go.
It's easier said than done sometimes, but the point is, Rebecca, you know what needs to be done. It's like you just said, you know, I said, nope, I'm getting back up on the horse.
Yep.
I'm going to do it. And everybody's is different, you know? I mean, it's so weird how I will watch, like, some people kill it in a campaign. I mean, they'll just kill it, like soar their numbers, and it'll be great. And then you'll have 2 and you'll be like, man, you know, it really didn't happen this time. It could be a young team. It could be an older, more experienced team. And sometimes we do look at ourselves and we do say, wait a minute. What haven't I really been doing? Have I, like, got off the saddle anywhere in the business? Has something taken me off the saddle? And even when you know you're supposed to get back on, it's not so easy all the time to jump back on and ride the saddle. But the thing is, when you're owning it and you're like, but I get it, I think that's the key right there. That is the key. So don't beat yourself up, because that doesn't help. What you got to do is just say, you know what? I'm moving onward. That's our thing. Onward, no matter what. You can't do anything about what's past. All you can do now is say, what am I going to do with what's in front of me? We got too many people worrying about what it was last year. We got too many people worrying about what it was last month. You can't even go back and fix that. So don't worry about it. All we can do is, that's me. I beat myself up for a month and a half before I started what I started in December. And I said, okay, so maybe I did fail in like 58 areas, maybe more. But the point is, what can I do right now? What can I do right now to help my team, support my team, and try to take a little bit of burden off them until we get them up there making the money where they need to be, settling the personal stuff, whatever it is that they got to do. That it's my job to do that. I had to accept that. And does it still make everything perfect? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it's the beauty of the business. We can look at something and see how it is. You got to look and say, where did I fall down on the job? But sometimes you come up with nothing and you realize some people just chose not to perform, and there's nothing we can do about that. You cannot make them. You cannot make them. So, so kudos to you for getting back up on the horse. That's great. Adriana, you said you had a question. On
fares on daily nonstop flights from Reagan National.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out what that was too. So I messaged you the other day and I put in Onward about doing the raffle thing. And I decided to go with the entire kids collection because I can get it for about $25, but it's a $70 value. And I thought it was just a really good idea because it's a brand new item. And so many people have asked me about the kids items come back. I have posted it on my group, on my personal page, on my business page. I've contacted every single customer and I haven't had one reply about it. Nothing. And I don't know, I'm feeling kind of discouraged. Well, and I know that's not what this meeting's for, but
I think it's a great idea, but I have to tell you, for that product, it's not even out there for people to visually really see yet. And I mean, look, they took it away, but this line is nothing like what we had. This is 100 times better. I think that you got to cut yourself a little break, and I think that you still have to just keep following up. You still got time. You still got time. And by the way, so if it doesn't work and you don't have anybody who does it, don't just give it away. You know, the great thing is you can sell the product. You can use it for another time. But let me tell you one thing you do need to do. Let me just say this. When I do that $25 raffle, you know, I never spend $25 for the 25. I never do that. I never do that. I think that when you have the money to do what you did and when it all comes together, that's great. But when I say the product's going to be worth $25 or more, I guarantee you I didn't pay any more than like $11 or $12 for it. Most of my stuff that I get, now some of it I do out of the demo. It could be a jewelry set, but even all together, it may cost me $11 or $12, but they may be getting $32 retail in jewelry. So the one piece of advice I would tell you is be very smart where you're at this point in your business, and know that what you're going to give out, that even if the plan does not come together as you want it, that you're okay with what you've invested. Now, the great thing about what you invested in is, you know, those products are going to sell one way or another.
I actually haven't bought them yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to. But for you and your business, I want you to be smart. And the other thing that we didn't talk about, Adriana, is that, you know, when I first started this, which was probably about a year and a half in, this raffle thing I did, and then I had it seemed like orders were going to be larger. I was hoping. I think the first 3 or 4 times I did it, there was no winner. I mean, I had $13 orders. I had $18 orders. I had $22 orders. Trying to hit that $25 mark, but this is what happened. It seems like it's like everything else. You know, the more books you give out, the more contacts you make, eventually you're planting the seeds. You got to plant the seed of this raffle. This raffle thing has got to be something, to be quite honest. I don't think it works well when you do it for one campaign. I think it works well when you continually do it, even if there's not a winner. You just keep presenting it. And you know, mine was always a surprise. It was, you're going to get something new that's coming. Surprise! And I put it in a bag and I folded it up. You are the winner. This is your gift. Because I didn't want them to know that somebody didn't get what I promised the next time. The element of the surprise of $25 worth of retail product there, that can be a big thing, but it can work to your advantage, so that if nobody gets it this time, you can use the same bag. You're offering the same raffle. Nobody knows that. So take some smart moves in your business to make sure that you're not putting out what you don't want to put out. We all know we have to invest. I just don't want to see you invest so much that then something you're trying to start that could have great results down the road a little ways, that it's not going to put you in a hole before you start to see results. That's
Right.
what I don't want to see for you. But hey, look, if I had been your customer, I would have put in an order. Just saying, I like that stuff. It's awesome.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
Yes. Anybody else? Somebody just share. I mean, if there's something that's going on, you want to celebrate, something that you want to talk about. Look, we're all leaders here. You know, we want to know, what are you doing? What are you lacking? How can we all help one another here? Our teams aren't on here, so reality says we can kind of talk about the struggle because it is real, for reals. I see Amy's lips moving, but I hear nothing.
I'm almost PC.
Hold on, baby. Talk louder, Amy.
Okay, can you hear me now?
She's almost PC. Is that what she said?
I'm almost PC.
Yay! That's celebration. Yes. Love that. That's awesome. So, Amy, you going to hit Honor Society this year? Yes, indeed. Yes, you are. Hey, I heard somebody tell me the other day that they had matter of fact, I talked about this today, that they got a sneak peek into Michael Finstack's secret closet, a fourth quarter, and they can't tell me a dang dong thing, and I'm really peeved about that because it's my friend, but they said, OMG. What they saw was absolutely amazing. And for somebody who normally can say, this sucks, that's not what I heard. So, you know, for the few things some of them have seen, I think that's absolutely great. So it sounds promising. The other thing I heard was that this is going to be the largest fourth quarter display that Avon as a whole has ever had for fourth quarter. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to take a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, and that instead of holding half the selection out on us for surprise, we're going to see a lot of them, because as of right now, without the guests, we have 14 representatives on our team who are supposed to be at RepFest that I know of. I think we had one more today who said they were coming. And like I said, I didn't count the guests. I was just counting the representatives. That's the most, in all honesty, that this team has seen. You know, we normally see, I think the top has been 5, including myself. It's been there. So this is a good growth. I know we're a team of almost 800, but still, you know, to see more, that's the goal. The goal is to get more there one year than you do the year before. So all of us bringing back that kind of stuff, that could be really, really good. So let's really keep our fingers crossed that this year they got it right, instead of saying they did last year and they didn't really get it right last year. I mean, I don't know about you. We don't even want to talk about last year. Okay, so we have the thing from Teresa. Anybody who missed the very beginning, I am recording this. This is not going to go to anybody but leaders. I will put it on the YouTube. I will send it to the leaders. It will not be published on my YouTube channel. So you're going to have to hit the link, because the only people who can hit it are the people who get it. You may want to go back and really listen to the beginning of it. Lee shared something that Teresa Paul had shared with him about it. So, you know, other than that, guys, whatever you need, all I can say is I'm here. I can't fix all the problems, but I'm here to help you try to work through them and figure it out. Yes, Janae?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And I don't know for sure if we've gone over this before or not, but just for a quick refresher, what exactly does it take to, like, what are the criteria that can be met to, besides President's Council and executive, to get to the PRP trip? I cannot talk.
You have to be in the Pinnacle Awards. I think you have to be, is it the top 5, Lee?
What is it?
Or is it the top 3 in the Pinnacle Awards? Top 5, top 5. So when you go look at the Pinnacle Awards, and that means in the country, okay? Okay, or top or top 5, like in a new sales level that like you haven't been in. Like, you know, if Amy, you know, decides she gonna go all crazy and she gonna hit council on us, okay? And she gonna be that crazy girl who ain't hit the council before. If she would be top 5, like in those levels, those sales levels, and she got the top 5, then yeah, then she would be Maui. That would be Maui Mound, girl. Lots of flea marketing, girl. Get with it. Let's do this. So those things, but I will say, Janae, they revised that in there. It's a lot better explained now. Go back under the awards and recognition. They told them it was way too confusing the way they were wording it.
Yeah.
So they really separated it as to how to get a pinnacle and how a pinnacle can get you to Maui. Okay, so what you have to do. So go back and study that. Told a lot of people in there. Yeah, we've counseled, we've coached a lot of people with this to say you need to figure out which one you can go after, and go after one. To go after more than one is just crazy.
Confusing because I was under the impression that several of us were getting awards and we didn't.
You said what, Amy?
Say that again.
It was really confusing when they changed it because I was under the impression that several of us were getting awards, but we didn't. And so I've contacted Avon myself.
I think Amy was confusing to all of us.
We were always recognized for recruiting, and so when they said you get, I assumed because I was on the fence, I was like, oh, am I getting 9 or 10? But either way, I get one.
Right.
They were like, oh no, you got to be a bronze leader, which shouldn't be right because the bronze leaders, they get all the others, you know, the recruiting. You do your most recruiting when you first start.
You're gonna find that with the new rules under the new comp plan, you're gonna find that the awards are not just going to go to lower levels. And I'm only gonna be that honest with you, because in order for you to get them, if awards are something that are really important to you, and I think they are to everybody likes to get awards, then girl, we got to get on it. We got to get on it. We do. We got to get on it because we're not going to see it. I'm not going to tell you we ain't never going to see a change because y'all been with me long enough to know sometimes that's all we see is change, okay? Sometimes.
Yeah, well, the way it was worded, it almost made you think as well, you
I
had
agree.
to be bronze leader to even get the honor certificate.
I agree.
Yeah, so
I
it was
agree.
like you had to be bronze leader to get anything.
That's why we said you have to word it correctly. Because even us as leaders, some of the leaders were not explaining it. We were all like explaining our comprehension of it.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, well, I think I was wrong on that one. Let me go back and reread. And then we kind of said, do you see why they're coming up with different definitions? And they said, oh, yeah. Maybe we need to straighten this out a little bit. And I'm like, let's do that. Yeah, let's straighten it out. So I do believe it. Look, there's still a few of them that I feel like they could have worded it better. But right now, I'm as happy as I could be over how they're explaining it. Because look, don't you remember when the first thing came out where it made it sound like if you made President's Club, you were going on the trips? And I'm like,
yeah.
We need to stop that because $10,000 is not going to get them on the big trips. And I remember just going on and on about that. What are you doing? Do you understand our terminology? People are going to think, no, that wasn't happening. So we had to have them change that too because it was like President's Club, not it was not good. It was not good.
Yeah, so
other people had not worked in Avon very long. Yeah.
I would have to be Rose Circle. And be like, what, in the top 5 of Rose Circle to be able to get it?
Increase, Woodley. What'd you say? You would have to be new to the title, never been Rose Circle.
Rose Circle would be new.
And your increase over that would have to be in the top 5. Okay?
How in the world do you keep up with that, though?
$1. And they get all the way to the upper side of Rose Circle, but she would barely get there.
Yeah.
So is there any kind of tracking for us, like usual with things that we can find it and I hadn't found it?
Yeah,
you mean for the Pinnacles?
No, for the Maui.
No.
Because like when I earned Cancun, I had a tracking thing that would tell me, and if you change levels, your tracking changed. So if you went from UL to EUL or AUL to whatever, each time you changed, your tracking number actually changed too, instead of it being the whole thing.
Trip. Tracking is for
okay. But the Maui is like an incentive, is it not?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, because it's something that you're earning and you're working towards.
Yeah, that's what I look like. You know the list that they give us in the for the sales and everything. I watch that. I watch that to a key. I watch it for my team. I watch it for sales. Look at the people who are there. Look at the numbers that are there now. Some of those people have been like counsel forever. You know, in other words, you see how big somebody like Tim Brown's numbers are, right? But he's always been that level. He would have to go to the next level.
Well, yeah, but if you're counsel, you're going anyway, so you don't earn it anyhow. You already got it.
But you know what? To know that you're going to get the pinnacle for that, for the people who want the award, that's pretty cool. You know, and think about somebody who, yeah, you're getting it automatic, but look at where their numbers are. And some people, you know, they could be 20,000 away from it, but remember, it's going to be who has the biggest increase there, who's got the biggest number in that.
Well,
you're not gonna know. You're not, and look, that, hate to say it, but that's a surprise of it all, because they're really weird about that whole PC trip thing. You know, it's like, surprise, who gets it? Okay, remember how they quit the track period for stuff? You're like, suddenly you can't even see the top 100. They didn't even take us to the ends on that. So.
Well, I kind of wish that they gave like newly achieved President's Club members the opportunity too, because it seems like even though it's like you sold 10,000, I get it.
I wish that the Mercedes dealership would drop me off a Mercedes McLaren SLR with a driver.
You said what?
I said I wish the Mercedes dealership would drop
Don't
off
you
a
start
McLaren SLR with the driver.
Don't start your shit, Lee. Don't start it. Don't you start.
Well,
don't start.
I'm
making a point right now. No.
So, Janae, somebody who sells $10,000 for the first time should be sent to Maui. Is that what you're saying?
Not sent to Maui. No, that's not what I was talking about. I was saying I wish that they would do something better as far as like whenever they first achieve President's Club, that they could receive an award, not a certificate, but an actual award at the tribute, because they did still work hard to get to that level. And that's something that I did email the office of the president about to see. I still haven't.
Well, they do give them a luncheon they can come to, and they, you know, if they want to come to it, and we're hoping. Look, they're with you. I'm sure if you'd like to run Avon, and you would put that in there, that would be awesome.
Avon, things would go a little bit different.
It's the point that it's your first one.
Well, I will say this, Janae. I don't know what your past. I don't know what your past President's Clubs was, but I was thankful that this was the first one I've gone to that they announced their name per person for PC. In the past, it was just anybody PC, stand up. Okay, great, you're here, sit down. And that was all they did. So I feel like they upped it for what my PC has been, and I was thankful for that. Now, I did miss the fact that we didn't have a top new performer. I made top new performer, and 3 of my team members have made top new performer, and I think that's great for my small team. And this year they didn't have that. I believe they need that, and that needs to be in place. But even new PC members right now can earn Maui if they go all the way to Rose Circle and they just now joined. So I think that's amazing.
I think it is, and I think that what we've got to remember is if there's something you want to change, be sure to send it in. But right now, we got to worry about what they give us right now, because us worrying about what they're not giving us right now is not helping us to move to do anything.
Right.
We've got to deal with the here and the now. Look, there's a lot of stuff. I can talk to you all night about what I wish Avon would do. There's many things I wish they would do. And, you know, eventually they may get and do these things. Remember, this is new Avon, and it's trial and error, and they're trying all kinds of stuff they've never tried with us before. So that's kind of nice, even to see. I didn't see any complaints about the PC tributes, hardly at all this year. Coming from just the year before, where I saw so many complaints about This one got this one. This one didn't get that one. This one didn't get that. This tribute sucked. This one was really great. This one was good. And then for me, who went to 3 of them, and I'm like, what a difference in how they were doing things. We are seeing things more uniform, so everybody is seeing what they need to see. And eventually, these PC tributes may not even happen like this. Everything may happen at RepFest one. I'm telling you, things are not done changing with this company, but they're doing what they can. And a lot of the older representatives are not going to like it, but a lot of the newer representatives do like it. And I'm sorry, sometimes as an older representative, I got to step back and say, if I got more newer representatives who like this than older, come on, newer representatives, because if we don't keep building, the old ones are going to die and we're going to be left with nothing. It's just that simple. So I don't think they're trying to do anything to hurt us or discourage us. I just think we all have ideas of what we'd like to see. And I say, don't quit sending that in. They need to hear what we'd all like to see. They don't just ignore it and throw it out the window. We may not see the results of what we'd like to see, but you can't be the only one who feels that way. So if they're getting a number of people, I mean, my God, that's how we got soap on the rope back. Come on, enough people said something about it, and now we got soap on the rope again. So it's not a bad thing. So,
I'm sorry. Come off like I was complaining. That wasn't my intent at all.
No. I don't think you were, Janae. I just think that you made a great point. But we also have to think too that we are a company who's coming from a hole and coming into a positive.
Right.
And we may, as the company grows, we may see a lot of things that we're like, oh my gosh, I never thought I'd see this. I never thought that we would see this happen. And that's why I say never count out what you want, because I hear Scott White say a lot, we love that idea. We are not ready. We cannot implement this right now because they're putting so much money into other things right now. So I say, let's celebrate what we love, keep sending in what we'd like to see change, and keep moving forward with what we know we can do something with.
So I know that you posted recently in the Team Onward group about the new partnership that Avon just took on.
Yes.
I tried to research it a little bit and didn't find like a whole bunch.
It's about production. It's about production.
I was gonna say, is it gonna be cleaning products, or are we gonna be adapting like newer?
No. This is about production for the products that we have and stuff not going on hold because they don't have the containers for the glimmer sticks, and they don't have, and this person quits making this, and this person quits making this, and this is not about necessarily bringing in a whole bunch of new products. It's about a company that produces stuff, producing our stuff faster. So we're not seeing stuff like, what you mean that eyeliner is out of stock? What do you mean I'm not getting it till 15? What do you mean this isn't coming in? Has nothing to do with our clothing line or anything else. It has to do with trying to make sure come fourth quarter that when we need something and we need it quickly, we don't have to wait 6 weeks to get it.
I got you.
So that's what that's all about. I don't feel like they explained it real well, but it's another company to help us be more productive. That's the best way to explain it.
Okay.
Okay.
I have something to celebrate.
Yes, tell me.
I got the pinning streak pin. I was kind of excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl.
Thank you.
Can wear that pin with pride. Wear that pin with pride. That's awesome. Good job. Hey, a lot of people are walking away with that pin. Our newbies, everybody celebrate that. That's a great thing. And then all my old days who have been putting their orders in for 13 straight campaigns, whoop, whoop, love that too, because that takes a lot right there, making sure it's in no matter what. So cool. Cool to our newbies.
I didn't, but I was so focused on trying to bring on new team members.
Yeah, I hear you, Janae. Quit with your excuses, woman.
So that's just an excuse. I just wanted to put that one out.
Stop it. You know I was going to catch that excuse.
I only get one per year, so I got to make it worth my while.
So funny. Okay. Anybody else? What we got? And is that good? Yeah? Everybody's good to go? Okay. I will have this out probably by the end of the week. Again, just coming to you. So if you see the leader replay, Make sure you know. If you have a leader on your team, even though they will be getting it, they may not look at my they may not look at my emails. So if you need to take that replay and send it to a leader, a promoter, a star promoter, something that they could get ideas here, please take that and send it on to them. As long as they're leaders, I'm okay with that. But we start sending this to everybody, and people aren't going to get it because they're just not going to get it. So we're not going to do that. This is for people who show up and watch the replay, okay? So also next July's leader is going to be Vibe. It's going to be all Vibe. We're going to go over Vibe. We're going to start researching before fourth quarter how to, Yeah, specific questions about Vibe, I need you to start sending them this month when you're running into something, but we're going to start going over what reports. I know we set up the how should your screen look, but what reports should you be looking at now that we're completely flex? What is the best way to look at these reports every single campaign, to catch something before it happens, that kind of a thing, so that come fourth quarter, you're going to know every day what you should be looking at and what you should be looking for. Lee's going to have a big basis on that part of the calls. I will too. But questions, anything I can jot down, shoot me. Please shoot me emails, not private messages, because otherwise I won't get it. I'm going to be compiling the list. And we'll be ready to go by fourth quarter as we're building towards those next titles. Okay? All right, guys. I will talk to you later. If you need me, holler. Mwah. Love y'all. Take care.
Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Good night.